And hello and yellow, it's time for more drawing on comics, which are taking forever. And we got music and stuff too. All good. Let's get started. I'm live. I'm streaming. It's true. And I have so much of this to do. Good grief. It's probably gonna be one of the more complicated comics, so I guess we'll just dive in. Doing some character lines for it. Hello, thank you for coming. Hope your day is going well. All good, lurking is fine. Hello. Thank you for coming. Usually I don't do the character lines until I do the background lines, but I'm gonna cheat because I want to work on the characters right now. I didn't get to finishing the background lines in time before this, because good grief, this is a complicated part, as you will soon see. Yes, characters are fun. They're the fun part. Some people really do like doing backgrounds. Not me, unfortunately. I did it for like 2 years. That was my job, was doing background design. And while I'm now used to doing it, it's not the fun stuff for me. So I am a little envious of people that are like, yeah, I'm just going to do the backgrounds, that's the fun stuff. I'm like, I'm glad you're having fun. It's harder for me to do that. So hopefully these roughs won't change too much between... Oh, it was way too low on that one. Let's turn it down a little bit. Yeah, it was at least like I'm glad that I did that for a while, because it basically trained me to like be able to do backgrounds a lot and just kind of have a sense of like, okay, this is how they should be looking and stuff like that. So I do not fear backgrounds. People are like, oh, I can't do the backgrounds. I'm like, nah, they're fine. I can knock them out. They're just not the fun part. That's all. And it's important to know how to, like, you know, set up your scene and where your characters are in the scene and all that kind of stuff. So backgrounds are important. Often overlooked. Just normal Spamton. Well, you know, sometimes it can work out pretty well, like depending on your methods of drawing. Some people like really do jump more into color and just kind of sculpt things out of color and values rather than start from lines, which I kind of wish I could do more of too. Like, I know it would be cool to do what some people do, where like when they're painting they're kind of more sculpting it than what I do, which is very much with the line work section. And I always admire people who can do their art that way. I think it looks cool. Definitely nice having a good understanding of values and stuff like that, as in like black and white values, which I would need to practice more. Alright, good luck. Thanks for lurking. Well, we'll see how far we get with this part today. I'm going to post the next comic, but because that one's done, it's shorter. This one is quite lengthy. I don't know when it will get finished, because I'm like, okay, I gotta get some Undertale Yellow stuff in here eventually. But we can just make some progress on this. Anyways, yeah, I wish I could. I wish I was better with lighting and volume and weight like some people are. I'm just like, oh dang, they know how to like paint a 3D object to make it look believable. That's always very cool to me. Yeah, I guess it's weird, like, what parts of drawing keeps you engaged. Like, for me, the reason why I often do line work on stream, because this is, like, the fun part for me. This is the relaxing thing where I don't really have to think that much. And I'm just like, ah, yes, I'm just, you know, outlining the stuff I already drew. I'm past the thinking point, and I'm just doing the fun stuff. But for some people, like, line work is really not the fun stuff. So it kind of depends on And what is your preference? Hello, hello. Thank you for coming and for dropping by. Hope you have a good time with your friends. Chris is with their friends, but it's not necessarily for a good time. It's for a rough time. I'm gonna have a rough time keeping all these lines apart because there is a big use of I have special lines which will be colored in differently. So I have those on a separate layer, and there's like a lot of that in this part that I'm gonna have to mess with as I go. Thanks, acid stuff. Oh. At some point you just gotta be like, okay, this is how it's gonna be. Even if it's not perfect. It's impossible to do something that's perfect. For one thing. And in a sense there's a way you can kind of learn something from stopping at a certain point and be like, okay, it's not perfect, but what is good about it? What needs to change about it? Helps you kind of focus a bit. But I'm like the kind of opposite of perfectionist stuff, that I'm always in the sense of like, okay, this is good enough. I don't want to mess with it anymore. I don't like editing stuff very much, which kind of sucks because editing is like an important part of almost every art section. Any kind of stuff you can do. Hello, hello, thank you for coming. We are working on this boss battle against Queen, which is going to be a very, very lengthy thing. It's 20 pages and I am still busy doing the roughs for it. I kind of went in 2 stages. Like basically I started with like very basic stuff, and then we went back for more details because I'm like, okay, there's a lot of action happening here. I have to make sure that the posing is correct. So I was kind of focused on that first. Yeah, stuff with Queen. What? Well, people keep asking, how do they meet Berkeley? Where's the boss battle? I'm like, okay, fine, we're doing one. And in the process of doing it, I'm like, oh, this is actually a lot of work. Whoops. Also, watch out, Chris dies like twice in this battle. It's like, okay. Don't have time to process that. We just gotta keep going. As with many things in life. Okay. And also part of the reason why I'm like, okay, I'm just going to focus on poses and not the whole roughs at first is just because of scale. Because I'm like, okay, we got really tiny characters up against absolutely massive characters, and hopefully the scale is maintained throughout. I'm not entirely sure if I succeeded. But we tried. That has been the one difficulty with this AU is like, oh no, not everybody's like, the same character size. We got Chris, a main character who is very small, and then most of the other main characters are very, very large in comparison. And, oops. That makes, doing layouts kind of funky. It's kind of nice just with the Parasite one, because it's like, oh, it's just Chris in this scene. I can scale it to just whatever they're doing. At least briefly. There's your dumb antlers again. Wow. This is the one thing I wish I could make into like a 3D object. That would make my life much easier. And then just like mess around with it with the camera. Which, maybe you can do that? I don't think you can do that in Photoshop. Blender, yeah, but probably not this. Hello, hello. Thank you for coming, and yes, I have my little PNG tuber with my fursona. It's been fun to have. I can talk kind of when I talk, but I'm sure Mike's picking up other stuff too. I just thought it'd be fun. No, drawn griffin. Everybody's so small. I will take that as a compliment. Because it is silly. Yapping away to the sound of the music itself. Oh, sheesh. I like this brush, but the problem is at certain sizes it starts to get a little too rough to work with. Especially when it gets this small, which is going to happen a few times. Boss battle music. I need Attack of the Killer Queen to come up a few times if possible. Or Knock You Down, which I actually like better than Attack of the Killer Queen. I prefer that boss battle. I don't know if I prefer the boss battle as a whole, but I prefer that music anyway. Stop. Smart Race is good too. Smart Race is very fun. Birdly boss battle. Pretty epic for Birdly. Birdly's like, no, this is an intelligent song. It captures me perfectly. Okay. Get into doing Queen here. Also, part of the problem is like some of this stuff is like her environment, some of it's her. They're kind of blending together, so we're gonna have to work out where one thing ends and the other thing begins. Hopefully it'll work out. It's like, I made the bosses all really big and complex. No. Once again, I have nobody to blame but myself. Yeah, sheesh. Got this weird feeling going on in my knuckles. I don't like that. Why do I have a weird feeling in my knuckles? Don't know what that means. There's spikes everywhere. Let's see. The difficult thing will be like doing the special lines. All the acid needs to be a separate color. I'm a little worried she has too much of a papyrus face, but that's probably just what I'm seeing. I realize there should be a third one there. So we'll finally get to see more Birdly in this one. Well, he's mostly tied up for the majority of this. But he gets to do some cool stuff later. Much later. I gotta do the roughs for that, actually. So, oh my goodness. I was, just like drying my hair or something this morning and kind of, you know, brain drifting off to whatever. And I just now realized that Crispy Scroll from Undertale Yellow is probably a reference to Crunchyroll. And that's why he's a weeb. And I didn't realize this until like just today. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's what it is, isn't it? Why? I feel really stupid for not realizing that until, like, just today. I don't know why it took me so long. Oh, it's like, why is it called Crispy Scroll? That's weird. It's Crunchy Roll. It's a reference to Crunchy Roll. Ugh. I'm a dummy. Things your brain connects just randomly when you're doing mundane, everyday things. You big acid eye. I mean, why do you have so many spikes, actually? I mean, I know why, it's my fault, but still. Also, hello, thank you for the new follower. Super appreciate it. I do need to add a little noise thing so I can see when that message comes up. Keep forgetting. Of course, I was like, I don't need a little noise. I'll be fine. I do need a little noise. Just a little one, though. Whereas there should be 4 spikes going back, so no more than that. Oh no, Burbly! He's tied up. I'm pretty sure I get this net thing wrong every time, but whatever. It's just gonna be that way. Birdly, your dang form is too complicated. You have to tone that down. I know you will not. Okay. Forgot even where I put all the special lines for him. It's kind of pain in the butt. Gotta have both all those done. Birdley's in a bit of a pickle. He rather is. Oh, see, he's got this totally under control. He meant to do this. This is all part of his grand plan. Just to demonstrate how smart he is. Okay. And I'm gonna have to draw him in that stupid position over and over again for a while. Uh-oh, we're doing... I knew this would happen. Wrong layers. I knew it would happen. The layers are all over the place here. Also, thank you for coming to the stream. Hello, hello, thank you for coming. Appreciate you being here. We try our best to tackle this boss battle. I'm a little worried after this. People will be like, oh, can you do the other boss battles? We'll be like, Chat is composed of people you know. It's true. Because cool people are in the chat. I appreciate you being here. might have the music a little too loud. It often yells at me on the VODs like, you can't have that music. That don't belong to you. Also, for some reason your name is dark green on this program. It's very hard to see. Why do they do that? Oh well. As long as it actually shows up in the actual thing. I should do something sometime where Noelle's antlers get broken. But then I have to keep track of the broken antlers and it'd be a pain in the butt. It's already gonna be a pain in the butt. I'm trying to also trying to write a scene, you know, taking place back in the light world, and I feel very nervous trying to write dialogue between Toriel and Sans, because I'm like, okay, this has to be in character and make sense for them in this scenario, but also this is an AU, so they can't make all the same jokes and banter they would in canon, and is this right? So hopefully it comes out okay. And I'm also making it even harder on myself and trying to splice it between two other scenes of dialogue. Because that's smart. But hopefully the writing comes out okay. I'm trying anyway. Neat. I'm glad you had fun at a party yesterday. I need to do some more parties myself. I'm still kind of recovering. I realized I might have pushed myself a little hard yesterday, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna walk really fast to the dentist, and I'm gonna do chores all day, and I'm like, oh, physical activity actually still kind of sucks. Oh. So I'm a little reluctant to go out and about and do a lot of stuff. So I'm glad you were able to go to a party. I'll get there. It's just taking a while. Doctor said I was like halfway through being through the healing stuff. It's just a while. And also yesterday there was a little less itch, more like ow, ow, ow kind of stuff. So that wasn't fun either. Very -1 damage, -1 damage, -1 damage feeling. I don't like that. But yeah, should get easier eventually. It needs to take its sweet time improving. Body's like, excuse me, this is a long-term job. So you just have to quiet down and deal with it. I don't get no Rouse deal where I'm instantly healed. Huzzah! That would be nice. Also, Birdley, as long as you're up in that stupid little cage, you're going to be kind of a pain in the butt to draw. With all this stuff in there. Big scary tongue's fun, though. So I'm trying to decide for Queen's dialogue bubbles if it should be like, I need to do like the little acid green stuff in it, but I'm wondering if I should do green letters on black or black letters on green background. Also, thank you. I'm glad you like the design. Hopefully it works well in action too. Green letters on black. Okay. So far, yeah, Ross is the only one that has the black the black backgrounds, but he has the white on black. Yeah, that could probably make it pop more. He's like, I'm fine. Nothing is ruined. All part of the plan. When am I taking my stretch break? Probably soon. Maybe after we finish this panel, we can do it. He's like, shush. Also, Susie gets to do a pretty canon move in this battle. More canon than usual. I'll leave you to guess what it is. Okay, after we do this panel, we will take our stretch break. I don't know if you guys have seen that video recently of oh no, I'm gonna sneeze as soon as I start talking. It's like, no, it's time to sneeze. The big lizard, I think it's like a water monitor, climbing a curtain, just like wink. I'm a monitor and I'm gonna climb up onto this thing. I saw another video recently cross Tumblr. I think it's a vet talking that got in a king snake that had eaten its own tail, and so the snake was kind of stuck halfway eating itself. Little Ouroboros there, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll just take care of this," and puts on some hand sanitizer, and then just kind of rubs around the snake's face. The snake is like, "Man!" and lets go of its own tail immediately. He's like, they don't like the taste of hand sanitizer. I'm like, how did that much snake fit inside the snake? It was like a lot of snake that came out. Yeah. And poor snake ate its own tail, and he's like, oh, just rub this face, rub it on its face, and it just, bleh, entire, like, 2/3 of the snake's body. Which, that's probably the safest way to do that, especially if it's at a vet. Well, poor snake. Your own tail is not another snake. Don't bite that. Mostly just impressed by how much of itself that poor snake like swallowed before he stopped it. Like, how did you manage that? Oh, thanks, Intel driver. Get out of here. As soon as we finish this stuff with Noelle, we will take our stretch break. Yeah, this is just going to hit all the hallmarks of a difficult one to do lines for. A lot of characters, big sense of scale, a lot of posing and action stuff going on. All that goodness. Susie tail. Okay. Got that done. Yay. Cool beans. First page down. First out of 20. Oh! Plus, I still need to go through and do all the lines for the backgrounds, which at least the backgrounds are not complicated. It's all rocks and stuff. Rocks, the best thing to draw for a background. Super easy. Thank you, rocks, for being so boring looking. Okay, stretch break time. Ooh, excuse me. I'm gonna feel sleepy because apparently it's supposed to snow later tonight. I guess we'll see how that goes. I don't know why it's snowing in March. But weather. Dumb and weird. As it always is. I also moved the crickets to the bathroom because they were being very noisy today. Which is normally fine, but the camera's probably going to pick that up, or the mic's going to pick up all that cricket noise, and just look like cricket noise is coming out of my persona's mouth. Chirp, 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 chirp. That. I was surprisingly like sensitive to that, like chirp, 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 chirp. Yeah, that's my cricket impression for you. Whew. Alphys is not fooled by it. Ugh. Okay, get more water. Should need a lot more water. Oh, yay, more Spirit Fair. Alright, be right back for one more stretch. returning to the scene of the art with more water. Okay. We'll carry on. Susie Angie. I would not say that Spiritfarer is like Animal Crossing, but they're like, I don't know. Like Spiritfarer is definitely a management game, so I guess if you don't like management games, then not for you. But yeah, at least with because the thing with Animal Crossing is it kind of never stops. It stops when you want it to. Like, have you done all you want to? Okay, that's it, bye-bye. But at least with Spiritfarer, they're like, okay, there is a intended plot goal you are working towards. Oh man, Spiritfarer was way more frantic than Animal Crossing, it felt like to me. Animal Crossing, it's like, okay, you know, I'll get to stuff when I get to stuff. And that one, it's like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, gotta do this, gotta do that, gotta do this, gotta do that. Constantly. It was all repeat tasks, but it was at least a faster pace to me than Animal Crossing felt like. Susie Angie. You're like, I'm gonna yell at you. Hey, our theme song came on perfect. She's being protective of Noelle. You gotta take care of your hands, take care of your wrists. Gotta do it. I hope we get some like really badass like remixes for Susie's theme in the future. In whatever context they might be appropriate, but I want like a very cool new versus Susie theme. I think that'd be awesome. Do something super cool with her theme. Because it kicks ass. Someday, when we have the whole game, we're going to have like this massive like leitmotif map of all the songs. It's going to be nuts from Eldritchrune. We already have that for Undertale. And it's like, how does all this stuff work? It's probably going to be even crazier and bigger for Eldritchrune. Leitmotif city. You know, Lost Girl already shows up in a lot of interesting places, including like, why is it showing up in the sneaking music that got cut? Mystery. Mystery of mysteries. But now we'll never get to see them going Metal Gear Solid around whatever they're doing. So I'm debating like putting a poll of this on Twitter or something, but like I've kind of seen it both ways. So we know they're doing a Dark World for Chapter 3. Do you think that for Chapter 4 we're gonna have another Dark World, or do you think that's gonna be just focused on the Light World? Tell me what you think. I feel like it could go either way. Although I do think that another Dark World is the much more likely option. Definitely would be more fun, I think. But I'm curious if other people think otherwise. Oh yeah, her tail's back here. Well, why does your antlers have to be so complicated? Also, I think tomorrow I need to put up another poll on Tumblr or something of what game to play next after Undertale Yellow. I don't know how many more sessions of Undertale Yellow I'll have with Neutral, but I imagine it'll probably be like, I don't know, 2? We're getting through a little bit faster than we were last time. Guess it depends on how hard boss battles are. Hello, hello, thank you for coming. Ooh, I'm glad you found an awesome fic that you liked. Snowgrave stuff is spoopy. Snow gravy. Snow gravy. Yeah, I'll have Psychonauts 2 on the vote list. That is a possibility. It looks fun, and I liked the first one. I'm sure I will struggle with it, but I can certainly struggle with lots of games, so that ain't unique in that aspect. Did I just do all that in special lines? I did. Fine, we're just relabeling this. You can deal with it. I'm just gonna switch them. Deal with it. Is it about as long as the first Psychonauts was? Well, I'm sure I'll need help on like stuff I could potentially miss and stuff like that. I'll probably just get it on Steam like I did the previous one. Yeah, I have like 11 choices so far, so it's gonna probably be tough choice. I'm curious to see what comes out on top. I'm a little worried it might be Mother 3 because that's on the list. That's going to be like the hardest one for me to set up. Well, maybe Mario RPG too. I don't know. But we'll figure it out. There are lots of options. Yeah, I probably would need help with setting up Mother 3. Okay, just 4 on side, not 5. Especially since apparently they're like, oh, it's coming out in Japan. That's nice. I can't speak Japanese, so not relevant to me. Did I do this correctly? Yes. But if it requires an emulator, I still have those, so I can always make those work. But you didn't hear that from me. I will play it through entirely legitimate means. The most legitimate you can imagine. So legitimate, they're like, holy cow. How did you manage to get this completely legitimate copy of Mother 3 in English? And I'll be like, oh, I have my ways. We've got the little spikes on our shoulders. Can't forget the baby spikes. Yeah, I think there was some stuff. Was it really Gigas that I had the trouble with, or was there something else? I feel like there was like the approach to Gigas was where I was like, oh crap, what am I doing? But maybe I'm remembering it wrong. I am a little bit spoiled on Mother 3 because I watched like Super Eye Patch Wolf's video on it. I know some like dun secret stuff, but I imagine that like that is not going to really hamper my enjoyment of it. Whenever I get to it, I'm sure there is no substitute for actually playing the game. At least in this case. I'm on the correct layer still. I'm also trying to like see if I can balance longer games and shorter ones, and I'm not certain which games are significantly longer or significantly shorter than other ones. I'm not sure if I have any more one-shots on the list. Not the game one-shot, but like a game I can finish in under 3 hours kind of one-shot. I already played the game one-shot. I almost feel like I should do it again just because like a lot of the stuff I was actually doing was like hidden from the camera. That's how I set it up. Don't forget about me, Berthy. He definitely not captured. The smartest burb in the world. Hello, hello, thank you for coming to the stream. We're tackling this very difficult boss battle. To the best of our ability. I hope your weekend is going well so far. Mine is going mostly okay, although yesterday was kind of boring because I had to do a bunch of adulting stuff. I had to go to the dentist and I have to go back to the dentist at some point. I had to clean and do chores and all that dumbness. But now they're done, so I can do fun things like this. Until next time, anyway. Nice. Do I have a good sense of rhythm? Hopefully. I'm kind of out of practice, but like I actually do like rhythm games. I used to play a lot of rhythm games. After much practice, I actually beat all of the hardest modes for Elite Beat Agents. That was neat. Way back in the days of the DDS, a rhythm mechanic. Interesting. Like a rhythm game in there? Somewhere? Like, swim this way, we'll dance and we'll play. Thank you, Kingdom Hearts 2. Their soul at least is intact. Psychologically, it's probably taking a toll on them. But that's the best they can do with what they got. Geometry Dash. I've not played that. I used to also play DDR a ton back in the day. That's how I did my exercise. Huh. I know. I wonder if I should stream Kingdom Hearts 3. I know. I know. I know it's been a while, too. I technically don't have an excuse anymore. I have to do it on my PS2 or my PS4, though. I just keep not wanting to go back to it. I feel like I would flail around a lot in certain parts. Cough. ship battles cough, and people be like, "What are you doing?" Why am I so upset about Kingdom Hearts 3? I didn't really like the way it ended. I was not super I had all this build up for it, and I didn't like the ending very much. Kind of squashed the interest I had in the series. I haven't even gone back to like the rhythm, like the Kyrie rhythm game or the game with you know, young Xehanort and all that stuff. I just haven't poked at the series since I finished Kingdom Hearts 3. Part of it's also getting swallowed by Undertale Deltarune, but I was with Kingdom Hearts for like, I don't know, like over a decade. Least favorite franchise? I mean, I don't know. That like proving a negative is kind of hard. I feel like I would have had to have experienced every franchise out there, and I have not. And generally, if a franchise is like, I don't think I'm gonna like that, then I don't engage with it. Like, there's no franchise where, like, I hate that franchise. I watched it, blah, 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 I hate it. Like, I don't think I'd have anything like that on my plate. Well, yeah, like, most franchises have a thing that's like, okay, that bothers me, but I don't say I would hate it because of that. Again, usually if I'm like, if there's something in there that I'm like, okay, I know this is going to bother me, I don't look it up. Because I'm like, okay, this does not interest me. I don't think I would enjoy this. So I'm going to do stuff I like to do. I don't know. Sure, there must be something, but I am drawing a blank. Anything where I'm like, oh, I hated it. They did it all wrong, kind of thing. And like the only time I was like, where I didn't like an adaptation as much. I actually did not really like the adaptation of Mrs. Frisbee and the Rats of Nim, which I think was The Secret of Nim. Like that movie was like, oh, that was a big touchstone for people. You know, for kids. And I didn't see the movie first. I read the book first, where it's Mrs. Frisbee instead of Mrs. Brisby. I read the book first, and I really liked the book. So when I saw the movie, I was like, what is all this stuff? This doesn't make any sense. And I didn't like the fact they made Jeremy look stupid. I didn't like the fact they made Dragon less scary. I didn't like the fact that they had all these magic elements in it, which was kind of weird. Art. Yes, we are drawing on this thing. It's taken a while. I mean, just objectively speaking, art-wise, yeah, the animation's great. And Mrs. Brisby is, you know, a fine character. But it was not at all what I pictured they would do with the book. So I didn't really like that adaptation. Even though I know a lot of people do. I was like, this doesn't match with my imagination. There's all this extra weird stuff. Like, they didn't spend much time at all on, whatever was going on with the rats when they were in the Institute and all that kind of stuff. Just kind of skimmed over it, and they're like, yeah, they gave us science juice, and that also gave us magic powers. We're not going to explain that, though. I was like, but no, the whole thing that was cool was that they got science juice, and now they're smart. And they're using their smartness to try and, you know, figure their world out. Why do we have this magic element involved? I'll say, like, observe. Way up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a birdly. It's a plane. So it's a plainly. No. It's plainly a birdly. Mm. Hopefully all stuff in this perspective looks okay. I don't know why I'm outlining his hand when it's all going to be covered in black anyway, so you can't see what he's doing with his fingers. Like, free him! Free him! Bird thief did nothing wrong. Except be annoying. That's a very wrong thing to be. People will forgive a lot of things, but they won't forgive you if you're annoying. And that's not necessarily true, but yeah, it does happen. Big old feather. Big old feather. Thank you, phone. Complete the field research, or else. No, I'm not doing it today. I have not read the Platypus Never Moves essay. Nothing. Parry the platypus. The platypus never moves. Parry the platypus never moves. Birdly got long leg. Go to cool leg. Become the smartest of the burbs. Oh, that's a lava. Some songs are louder than others. Yeah, no, I've not seen that essay. You gotta put all your lines on here. To be able to pick them all up anyway. Free him. Something else kind of haphazard across this. Possibly. Remember Angry Sun? Was coming to get you. Following you. I do wonder if in chapter 3 we'll get, like, we know we'll get in TV stuff. I wonder if we'll get any video game references to, like, them playing Mario or Smash Brothers. It could be funny. Got the small spikes again. Yes, Leaf is here. And so are all these complicated things to draw. Hopefully it does not look like a total mess whenever I fill in all the special lines and stuff. Like, oh no, this is kind of requires I know what ribs look like, which are kind of a funky shape when you think about it. Yeah, I haven't thought of much what to do with like Starwalker in the story itself. It's just very mysterious. The original Starwalker. It's just there, looming in the background. Looming away. Get out of here, Express menu. Was fun to design though, for sure. No, I already did Starwalker. Starwalker has been designed. They're just kind of creepy, giant, mysterious force. Do not mess with the Starwalker. They're somewhere on the main page. Yes, I have done Newbert. You want to know if I've done a character or not? You can just check the master post. They're all listed there. And there's a couple I've done that I need to post, like the Jigsawries and Top Chef are two that I've drawn but I just haven't posted yet because I'm trying to space them out. And they're just guys. Yes, everybody loves Newbert. Exactly. He's super original. But it's like, stop touching! Stop touching me! Well, it's different to me in different places too, so who knows? Mysteries. The mysteries of the Starwalkers. Hope we get to do more weird things with Starwalker in the future, if we have them in our party. I will also come along. I will do nothing except be here. Because I am the original Starwalker. I'm just a guy who's a guy. Ooh, ouch. Birdie's like, no, I need to get to my eating dome and make a big mess. The biggest of messes. Alright, let's finish this. I'm gonna take another break to stretch. The stretching time is already snucking up on me. This fun gang is pissing me off. I'm the original Starwalker. This world of Eldritch horrors is pissing me off. Because I'm the original Starwalker. I like these weird little guys that just kind of show up in Undertale Delta without explanation. It's like, what are they? They're just a weird little guy. That's all you need to know about him. Okay, hopefully that's everything. Well, now I still got this panel to do. But I need to stretch. She gives him a poke in the face. A poke in the face. Ouch. I'm getting less itch and kind of more ouch lately. I don't like that. I don't like ouch. I might be worried I'm maybe stretching my arms a little too much, but I kind of have to, especially when I'm drawing. Bleh, bleh, bleh. I'm pretty certain that Caddy and Jockey, or at the very least, Caddy is going to show up. I think we have plenty of hints that that is the case. And I can see it as a thing of like maybe Jockeyton's not showing up, you know, as a character, but as like a prop for Caddy to use in the Dark World. The same way that like he's like, oh, I was the hula hoop, and that is our origin story. So Jockeyton as her magic staff would be very funny and cute. But I am pretty certain that Caddy is going to be, at the very least, if not both of them, Caddy's going to be in the Dark World. I think we've got plenty of setup for that. And also, they just need more love in general. I just remember Toby mentioning, oh, I'm surprised more people don't like Jockington. And he's thinking Jockington is just gonna, you know, probably pop up a little more than we've seen. I think it would be kind of weird if they didn't show up as secondary protagonists. Not impossible, but again, I feel like it's been set up enough that if that wasn't followed through, that would be kind of weird. Okay. Be right back for one more stretch. training. Ooh. Okay, let's keep going. Cause like, at least after yeah. Yeah, I can see stuff being family related, although I actually think that my guess is that we'll be going to the flower shop in chapter 4. But the church is also a possibility, for sure. Yeah, I guess it depends on like when church is in universe. Because I feel like stuff was a little off in terms of like what day of the week it was, and church is not necessarily on Sunday for them. So it depends on some factors. Alright, later, yes. Okay, good. So, flower shop, church, hospital, all seem like good candidates for Dark World spots. So just in terms of which one is going first, I guess we'll see. But my guess is just flower shop is going to be going first. I'm just like, okay, if we are starting to set up stuff with like Chris's family in chapter 3, with stuff taking place in their house, maybe Toriel is there or not, then following up on that would be chapter 4, you know, with more family stuff in the flower shop. And Susie having a line like, oh, Chris, your family is weird. So having that both dealing with Toriel and Asgore feels like the more natural space for that to go for me. We'll find out, I guess. Hopefully soon. At least by the end of this year, it'd be nice. I would appreciate that. I don't think anybody knows the secret boss. I'll be honest. I don't think anybody has guessed it. I don't think anybody can guess it. I don't think it's an object that we have seen or heard of yet. And once we do see it, we'll be like, oh, it totally makes sense that would be this object for this world. But I don't think we've had any hints as to what it was. I don't think it's the flowers in the trash can. Don't think it's the remote. I don't think it's any of that. Yeah, that's Tenna. I actually think that's going to be the big bad of the next world. Like, that's the kind of TV personality that's kind of controlling things. Because that's short for antenna. I.e. what you would have on a TV. So, I don't think Tenna's the secret boss. I think Tenna is just the primary boss. Because if nothing else, what the secret bosses do is they don't hint who might be Mike then. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll see something with them, maybe we won't. I don't think Mike is the boss. Spamton didn't seem to think that was the case anyway. But maybe that's another, you know, NPC we'll be dealing with in some situation. What we have had so far is the secret bosses will mention the next primary boss. Jevil mentions Queen, and in the Spamton Sweepstakes, Spamton mentions Tenna. So, my guess based on that, what we know is that Tenna's going to be the primary boss. I'm trying to remember like all the context surrounding it, but like the whole cathode ray gang or something like that kind of made it sound like that Tenna was a boss with underlings. And that was what Spamton was referencing. So that would make sense to me in terms of next primary boss is Tenna. Because the secret boss has already brought it up. But nobody mentions the next secret boss ahead of time. We don't know what they are until we actually find them and encounter them. Like, oh, the secret boss is Mike. Oh, the secret boss is Tenna. No, I don't think that's the way it is. I think you will not know the secret boss until you actually stumble across them through whatever means there is to stumble across them. I'm probably going to have somebody point that out to me because I'm really bad at finding the secret bosses by myself. I just go through the whole game. Where am I? You'll be like, oh, there's a secret boss over there. And I'm like, wait, what? Really? Gosh darn, I missed it. Dumb big ropes. I also don't think we're going to any locations in the Dreamer house except for the TV. I think that is the extent of where we're going, because I think there's plenty enough to do there. And in terms of, like, you know, when Chris is going to take all the objects back to the room, they can just take the TV. Because Tori will be like, I don't want this anymore. Feel free to take it, Chris. Chris is like, yoink. Okay, let's see. We got this one done. Oh, we're already on to page 3. We're going so fast. Ah. And this will take a while, but good grief. Well, the green room is Chris and Asriel's room, but also a green room is in reference to something that is on TV. A green room is like where the actors and the talent kind of hang out and relax before they're supposed to go and perform. That does not necessarily mean that it is Chris's room, but it means it's probably tailored to feel like Chris and Asriel's room, because they are supposed to be the performers in whatever is going on with the TV world. I do not think that the green room is literally Chris's room. I think it's just supposed to look like Chris's room to appeal to Chris the same way that, you know, the room that looks like Chris's room in Castletown is not literally Chris's room. It's just reflecting that because it's supposed to be important to them. Also, that's why the green room is green, because that is where talent usually hangs out before a performance. Yeah, I'm just a little skeptical that it's the rest of the house, because I think that they are going to have plenty to do just with the TV world. That whatever they're encountering is not a reflection of the rest of the house. It's a reflection of the shows they've been seeing on TV. Maybe I'm wrong. That's just how I'm reading it, with the information that we have right now. Maybe we'll get more information before the end. I don't know. I also find it interesting that this next world is supposed to be kind of an odd one out from the rest of the Dark Worlds we've been to. bit more fun and silly. So I don't know if it's going to be a really good reflection of like the rest of the house. Yeah. We will see. One way or another eventually. Again, I hope soon. Just seems like the focus is going to be on the TV. For reasons. Like basically like in chapter 2, the focus was the computer lab. Just had elements of other stuff going on. It was in the room with the computers. Wait, that's not special lines. Wrong! Ah. Again. Birdly! Birdly! Move your birdly butt somewhere, even though you cannot. I just hope we get Kaiju Susie. Give us Kaiju Susie. Let her stomp on the things. Let her wreck the city. She deserves it. Plus, it's already been practically established. Have like a whole rampage section where you're supposed to just stomp on cities and stuff. Yeah! I'm already getting hungry. I only had lunch not that long ago. Curse you. I'm also not sure yet if we're gonna get any other adults in the Dark World. I guess we'll find out as well. How'd you get him tied up like this? We don't know. It's a mystery to everyone, including me. Well, that's assuming that what Ralsei is based on is the crown. We don't know what he's based on yet. I have my own thoughts on that. We do not know yet what object that Ralsei is based on. We just have some theories. Okay. Oh, goodness. Feels like this is taking forever. Yeah, I mean, we just do not know yet what Ralsei's object is based on. Some people think it's the Green Crown, but it could be something else. I always do this dumb overlapping stuff with the lines. Why? Why? Yes. I think the pink horns, I mean, I have written extensively about my thoughts on who and what I think Ralse is. And that's on my Tumblr. I suppose if I wanted any traction for that, I'd actually do a YouTube video on that. Hello, thank you for coming to the stream. And for also watching along. I appreciate it. I do not appreciate how long this is taking me, though. Good grief. I hope your drawing's going well. It's just like, what are you doing? Oh, finish class assignments. That is important. Gotta get that done as well. I'm glad I don't have to do that anymore myself. Goodness, that's stressful. Bugs. Bugs are fun to draw. At least they should be. If you're doing it right, they're fun to draw. Buggies. Why are you all so small in comparison? Hey, at least it's fun. Oh boy, yeah, this particular part is gonna take a while for me to finish. I hope people like it. That is not necessarily true. It is impossible to get perfection in art. Impossible. Practice improves things. But it does not guarantee perfection. Because that is impossible. And sometimes the way to do things better is to do them over and over. Learn each time you do it. It's definitely possible to do what they call noodle a drawing to death, where you keep overthinking and overthinking what you want to do with it so much that, like, your original intent is just lost. It is a careful balance between spending time to make something look good and also kind of acting on first instincts to get across the feeling you want. That is a tricky thing to do. But obviously the whole point is that the more you practice, the easier it becomes to trust your instincts. And practice is just something that happens with time. And work. Those two things. Goodbye. And also dumb antlers for a Noel here that take forever to draw. Here's what I will say. Training helps you go fast. You need to train in order to go quickly. The more you train, the easier it is to go quickly. The actual training itself is not fast. That is an extended thing that takes a lot of time to do. Oh, ha ha ha. Thank you, subreddit. Unfortunately, the vibes are kind of rancid. And yet I keep looking back at it and going, man, why am I dealing myself psychic damage? Oh well. Although I do not have any problems with people wanting to headcanon Noelle as trans. If, like, you want to do that, cool. Go right ahead on. I don't think it makes a difference to her character either way. She's already got plenty going on. Just let her have her cute lizard, dinosaur, dragon girlfriend. That is all I ask of you. Life is hard enough. Okay. Now we can have some Chris poses. Whee! Oh, the Walton files. I saw something about those, but never actually watched them. Good old analog horror. I actually wonder if there's any new analog horror series coming out. I should check sometime. I do like watching analog horror be explained to me by various YouTubers. It's always a good time. At least for me. Like, ah, yes. Explain this internet horror thing to me that I know nothing about. Tell me why it is scary. Ah. I do appreciate it that when, with, like, you know, analog horror and internet unfiction and stuff like that, it's very resistant to monetization attempts. I appreciate that quite a bit. Well, goodness knows they're trying to get everything else. Kind of an appropriate song. How many of y'all have actually played hard mode? 'Cause I did try hard mode once. I was not very good at it. They're gonna do their ding dang sword over there. It's fun. Gotta strike a careful balance with it, at least depending on how popular you get as a creator. Like, I'm not surprised that Toby just does not engage with the fandom. At some point, it becomes a safety issue. But it's nice that you can do it for a while, if possible. I realize it's really actually kind of hard to draw this Rousey with looking up. I don't know why. Like, oh, wait a minute. How's his beard all the way down there? What is my gender? It is whatever pronouns you want to use, I'm fine with. I am not picky. My pronouns are any. Biologically speaking, I mean that's not gender, that's sex. It's a little bit different. They are not the exact same thing. Your pronouns are now Shadow the Hedgehog? Oh, okay. Why am I an edgy hedgehog boy? I still haven't seen any of the Sonic the Hedgehog movies. Apparently Shadow's showing up in one of them. I was so close to getting to work on... Well, actually, I guess I wasn't that close. But I tried to work on Sonic Prime and I didn't get it. It was sad. Oh well. Seemed like it was kind of a tough production, actually. And the one I'm on now is nice and chill and fun. So I appreciate that. Yeah, it blinked and now there's 3. Where'd you guys come from? The franchise machine. Franchise bot, go. It's like, oh wait, you made a modicum amount of money. Time to make 10 million more of you. I do not know what those are. I am not familiar with that. And I think I will stay ignorant. Yeah, it's kind of weird when you think about it. Would I want to be a moose? I don't know. Kind of cool, but also like... Think of things you have to eat when you're a moose. Ugh. You know, it's the one good thing about being a human, you get to eat all kinds of cool, weird stuff. You don't get to have, like, coffee and chocolate and Dunkaroos if you're an animal. I'll count my blessings there. You have to eat, like, pine needles and stuff. Maple syrup and donuts. No, see, that's another thing. You can't have donuts if you're an animal. What a tragedy. And I guess you can eat them once, but you can't eat them multiple times. I would like to be able to eat more than one donut in my life, please. It's like, what if you want to eat like a donut and Twizzlers? If you're a human, you can eat both. If you're an animal, well, you can have one. Better hope that was the one you wanted. Goodbye. Yes, that is the idea. Why did I do this all on special lines again? Fine. Get out of here. Wrong layered. I knew this would happen. Imagine, like, some days I'm like, man, I wish I was like my lizard or cat and I didn't have responsibilities. Stuff like that. And then you're like, wait a minute, then I couldn't have garlic bread. And suddenly being human is not so bad. I assume so. Sonic the Hedgehog-ness. Is it Shadow / Hedgehog, or is that all one pronoun? Like, how does the grammar work on that? What are the grammar rules of Shadow the Hedgehog? That's all I care about. I can't help it. I was raised by English teachers. I have to know how the grammar works. It's all one pronoun. Okay, so that means be like, I'm trying to think of how this works. Shadow the Hedgehog said, original he, him pronouns? In what context? Shadow the Hedgehog only likes to be referred to as Shadow the Hedgehog. Well, that's probably what Shadow the Hedgehog would do, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to stop soon for a break and a muffin. Well, Chris is like, I point my sword at you. Dramatically. Okay, so it's my one pronoun is Shadow the Hedgehog, and my other pronoun is End Knuckles. I'm glad we've figured this out. It's all very simple. Okay, thanks a bunch for coming to the stream. I always appreciate you being here. And seeing all of our crazy stuff happening. Yeah, I know. I acknowledge that. I take full responsibility. Or rather, End Knuckles takes full responsibility. There you go. or does Ed Knuckles take full responsibility? That's another question. Okay, as soon as I might need to. No, I think I can finish this page, and then I'll need to stop and get a muffin, or Ed Knuckles need to stop and get a muffin. I'm just gonna use Ed Knuckles. I said any. I mean it. If it wasn't okay with any, then I wouldn't say any. I like how End Knuckles is now a neo pronoun. Oh, did my thing stop? Oh, come on. Go forward. Heck, I'm trying to use neo-pronouns and anthrofractal. Turns out it's a little tricky. I have to like literally look up, okay, what did I write for this previously? False alert, you are back in action. Ah, come on, stop getting stuck and just play. I want to hear the proto music. Buck is a good pronoun, that's true. I feel like I might have used Fae-Fair as pronouns in anthrofractal, but I can't remember where. Maybe not. Maybe we haven't gotten to that yet. The problem with all neo-pronouns is they take so much practice to figure out, and you're like, oh shoot. It's easy to stumble into them because you know all the other pronouns you've been using for like anywhere from 15 to 50 plus years. It's hard. It's hard. I need to be like my lizard Alfie. She doesn't know what a pronoun is. She doesn't care. Yeah, they're just difficult. Neat idea. Requires practice. The problem is oftentimes people just do not have time to engage with that, so I'm not surprised we don't see them more often. It's like learning new grammar rules, and it's hard enough to do if you're learning another language entirely. Yep, that's... See, at least it's, you know, that's grammar people can kind of pick up on. Well, I'm going much later than I thought I would with this section, but then I will stop and I will eat a muffin. Mwah! There's some weird poses for Queen going on here. Weird poses. I mean, it kind of depends on, like, the context for them. Some of them are, you know, something that's from other languages and other cultures. Sometimes people are just kind of like, I want this for myself, and you're like, okay. But I think at least a good chunk of them are just other language things going on. Okay. Alright, I have finally finished page 3. Good grief. Just taking its sweet time. I'm going to stretch and get muffin because I'm actually getting, unfortunately, sugar crash hungry. Yeah, and also the issue is sometimes, like, other languages don't have neutral pronouns, and so it's like people go to male for default in that situation. My only frame of reference is in German, all nouns have, like, all nouns are gendered, and you can have, like, male, female, or neutral gendered objects, and good luck knowing which is which. You just kind of have to learn it. It's like, why is this object considered male, and this object considered female, and this one is neutral? You know, vibes. Yeah. Sometimes it just gets complicated. Yeah, like Japanese pronouns get more complicated depending on a number of factors. As I'm sure we have seen in many translation issues. Like the one I had fun with Anthrofractal, the Fress have pronouns based on luck. So your pronouns are either lucky or unlucky, or kind of variably lucky or extremely lucky. And that can potentially change throughout your life. It was fun trying to think up that kind of stuff. Like what would be culturally important to these people enough that they would, you know, kind of center social interactions around it. And with the Fress, it was luck. So their pronouns are lucky, unlucky, very lucky. Interesting. She's like, I'm the coolest. Alright, thanks a bunch for coming to the stream. Appreciate you being here. And I will be right back to one more stretch and stuff a muffin in my face. Muffin! Okay, I am returning. I was singing along with the music the whole time. I'm hungry. Still. There's one to talk to on the Godmaker sequence. It's Gaster. Sorry, I'm gonna be obvious. I think it's Gaster. Very, very clear. Steve, what are you doing here? Hey, Steve. From Sweet Cup and Cakes. I had to scarf down all these muffins because I was hungry. Now we get to do cool pose, Chris. Chris gets to be in a cool pose. For now. But yeah, it's Gaster, I think. I know there's also a lot of debate and fandom like, who wrote the Valentine's letter that's not signed and we don't know who it is? I think it's Gaster. I think that's just the Occam's razor explanation. Yeah. Just gonna Occam's razor it. Easiest to say Gaster. It's already mysterious enough if you like don't engage with the fandom. You're like, who's this? I don't know. Casual fan's not gonna know. Yep, and the Twitter takeover. I don't know. Who's to say that Egg Guy isn't Gaster? We don't know. Now people have been like, oh, it's, you know, the hiragana or something different, and just my thoughts is, does it look like a Gaster and quack like a Gaster? I'm gonna say Gaster. Maybe Egg Guy is Gaster. Maybe it's Everyman. I don't know. For sure, anyway. I'm probably never going to find out who Egg Guy is. Yeah, because it's not a formal thing. It's a Valentine's Day thing. The whole knowing, like, basically him saying, are you enjoying Deltarune so far? Like, that sounds like Gaster. If Eggman ends up being Everyman. I would like to see something with Everyman. He's kind of cool. They're kind of cool. Scheduling an appointment. He's just some guy. Yeah, somebody waves at us from the car. Who was it? Who's out in the light world waving at us from the car? That one biblical painting? You're gonna have to narrow that down a bit. Meme. Do you have the slightest idea how little that narrows it down? Which painting are we talking about? Like, statistically speaking, most paintings throughout history have been biblical. How many Bible paintings could there be, really? All of them. This painting, also a Bible painting. Oh, okay. Not appropriate for Chris, I guess. because they got that cool most of their eye hidden swag thing going on. That's the power of art. Or maybe Eldritchrune sometimes does Bible references. Bum, 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 bum. In what context, though, we'll have to see. What are your thoughts on player is the angel theory? Gaster appears in chapter 7 says, "It's me, the devil from the Bible." I'll be like, I knew it. I knew it all along. That's cool. Ah. Okay, look at all this nonsense going on, by the way. Ah. Banish the angel's heaven means end the game. Now you have to go do something else with your life. No! The one thing that'll make me happy in chapter 3 with all the TV world is if they make some kind of Mystery Science Theater 3000 reference. Then I'll be like, yes, thank you. My life's work is now complete. I didn't even realize this was my life's work, and now it's complete. Or mostly I'll just be obnoxious about it. Always a possibility. Are you Dante Devil or Bible Devil? Worse, South Park Devil. I'm the devil that wears Prada. And I went down to Georgia. I'm all those things and more. It's very fun when you can be obnoxious about something in a fandom. It's just like this big old little treat. Big old little treat, yeah, that makes sense. Well, are you talking about the video game Dante's Inferno featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series? Or are you talking about the book from the Divine Comedy? Because those are different things. I have not played Devil May Cry, but I have read the Divine Comedy. And in the Divine Comedy, the devil is not hell itself. The devil is just at the very center of hell. He's in the lowest ring of hell, and he's chewing on the worst possible people in the world, which at that point was Judas, Brutus, and Cassius, apparently. Okay. So, Book Dante, no, he's not hell itself. He is just at the lowest circle of hell. Oh, you were on an ad. If you subscribe, there won't be ads. I try and time the ads with when I do my breaks, but I don't know if it always works so much. Yeah, basically, book Satan, book devil. He is at the center of hell, and that's where he is stuck. He's like stuck in the earth. And it sucks to be him. The devil is actually ruling over hell thing, that was kind of invented with Paradise Lost. Normally, like, with general Christian mythology, the devil is not the ruler of hell. The devil is just in hell, and it sucks for him too. In fact, it sucks the most for him. So ha ha ha. Ho ho ho. Yeah, I think I would need more context on that specifically. That sounds like a funny... That sounds like one of those things. It's like, oh, that's a funny little anecdote. And then once you dig into it a little bit, it turns out to just not be true. Or be more complicated than that. So, part of me is like, haha, that sounds funny. And part of me is also like, cite sources, please. So, I'll see about that. Beware of pithy little anecdotes like that, because oftentimes they're not quite that simple. I mean, it's certainly possible, but I'm a little hesitant to say, oh, that's definitely what happened. I mean, not all demons are made to do that. I think the purpose of demons in biblical literature is just to, you know, cause problems for mankind in whatever way they can. The same way that angels are supposed to help mankind in the ways they can. They are just problem causers. Whereas here, in Eldritchrune, you have a nice, helpful, not any ulterior motives at all demon we're all saying. No ulterior motives. Definitely not. See Lou being spooky at the comic I'll post today. Too many spiky rocks to sit upon. Blah. Hopefully the perspective is making sense on this madness. No ulterior motives. Audible wink. Wink. Exactly. I really gotta figure out how I'm gonna write that scene with all the Dreamer family and talking about demons. Normal things to talk about. That's not really how it works, no. That is another one of those things that's a bit more complicated than, you know, one source is probably going to give you. Not really a biblical thing either, because I think that's kind of a supplementary thing. But honestly, in general, the Bible, or at least the Protestant Bible, does not talk that much about various demons and angels. They are there to do a thing. And that's about all they're going to say about it. They're not specifically one way or another. They're just like, we are demons and we are here to be a pain in the butt. And you're like, be gone, demons. I'm like, oh no, we can no longer be a pain in the butt now. Bye. I'm pretty sure I've heard about that in passing at some point. I don't know much about that myself. I haven't looked into it. That's a little risque. There's always some funky stuff going on and that kind of stuff. You get a group big enough and you get the weirdo groups big enough. Chris says, attack! Do something cool! It's, again, it's more complicated than that. very rarely is anything in those situations as black and white as people would like it you to believe. Don't have time to get into all that now. Just know that things have historical and cultural context. Chris Yell. Why did I do it like this? What is that supposed to be? Kind of weird. Kind of weird. He's like, what are you yelling about? Delta drugs. Oh no. Don't do drugs. Look at what they said on the arcade machines back in the 90s. Winners don't use drugs. FBI seal of approval. Wonder if they still do that. Oh no, a super sad animatic. That sounds like something I would do. Hope you have fun. I really need to do some more animatics, especially if I want to practice for a bigger project. My main issue is always like, I want voices and music for that, and those are parts where I struggle. So I would need to have help with that. Drugs won the war on drugs. Congratulations, drugs. I knew you could do it. Geez, when I was growing up, we had all those DARE programs too. Ugh, it took up so much time. They were so awkward. This is coming from me, a person who like entered Say No to Drugs poster contests and won a bunch of years in a row because for a while the first prize was a trip to Disneyland. So I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna make a big poster about saying no to drugs so I can go to Disneyland and like stay in the Disneyland hotel. That was an awesome prize. It was kick-ass. DARE, drugs are really evil. You did have that DARE program. Good grief. It took up so much time. But yeah, I entered lots of Say No to Drugs poster contests because I wanted to go to Disneyland. And so I did. I'm trying to remember what the second and third prizes were. They were like pretty nice too. I think it was like a certificate or something, or you know, a bit of cash. But the Disneyland prize was the cool one. I think they stopped doing it eventually because they're like, wait, this is actually kind of expensive. Darn it, I'm addicted to drugs. Yeah, I don't even think this was a school thing. This was like a kind of a wider area for it. It was like a county thing, I guess. I'm not sure who put it on because it wasn't school. I probably heard about it through school, but the actual organization doing it was not school affiliated, to my knowledge. Bye. Okay. Chris is going for it. Yeah. Did they improve on DARE then? I feel like when I was doing the DARE program, they were just like, don't do drugs. This is how you resist peer pressure. Like, they were really super concerned about peer pressure. That was the thing. They're like, don't give in to peer pressure. Your friends will all tell you want to do drugs. You have to have the strength to say no. And turns out my friends didn't do that ever. Like, the one time this kind of happened in any context was like, I don't know, it was in high school. And this kid who was younger than me is like, yeah, this is how I hide crack in my pen. And I was like, okay. They're like, do you want some? And I was like, no. And they're like, okay. Like, Like, that's as far as it went. You don't really get the peer pressure. I think they oversold the peer pressure aspect. Not take drugs. And then meanwhile, when I had major surgery, the doctor's like, hey, you need to take these drugs, to deal with pain. So I'm like, okay, I will take the drugs you prescribed. But they had opioids in them because they're heavy-duty pain meds. And the pharmacy's like, we don't like you doing this. Why do you want to... Just so you know, these are dangerous. I'm like, I know. I'm doing what my doctor said. You would have known the peer pressure was coming from your own doctor. Doctor being like, hey, you shouldn't be in pain all the time. This will fix it. And everybody's like, but what if you were in pain all the time? Peer pressure is when your friends try to make you buy a cute shirt you're talking yourself out of. That is peer pressure. That is true. You're like, should I get this cute thing? And they'll be like, yes. And you'll be like, oh, I don't know. And they'll be like, yes. That is where they will peer pressure you. Yeah, literally anytime I've been around friends who were doing drugs or whatever, and they offered and I would say no, they'd be like, okay. Like, it was never an issue that I did not want a drug. So, peer pressure is oversold. I mean, you probably shouldn't do drugs anyway, especially if you're a kid, because you don't know what that's going to do to you. And that's, like, going to be a problem. But, I feel like there's better ways to get that across than, watch out, your friends are going to tempt you to the darkness. I am peer pressuring you all to get proper sleep and drink lots of water. If you have meds for medical reasons, you need to take those. And also eat properly. Make sure you eat a vegetable. It's a dinosaur. It's a big, scary, eldritch dinosaur. Also, hello. Thank you for coming. I'm going to peer pressure you into eating your vegetables. Go do it. Put a green thing in your mouth. It's supposed to be there. I call it those person. I'm telling you to get a good night's sleep. Stay hydrated. Go outside and absorb some vitamin D. Do it now. Yep, or else I would do that. Susie, have you thought about eating healthy? Thought about it. Not gonna do it. Like, what are you talking about? Pine cones are a plant. They count. He sneaks the vegetables into the cake. Look what I got. I got my breakfast muffins, and they have zucchini in them. So I get, like, some vegetables when I have the muffins. And they taste good because they have chocolate in them, too. The sneaky vegetables. If you can't make yourself eat vegetables, trick yourself into eating the vegetables. Nice. Yeah, it's not great weather outside, so it's hard to go outside right now, but when the weather's nice, go outside. Gasp. You still have more old to get. The older you get, the more you're like, oh darn, all the adults were right, and I do have to get proper sleep and eat a vegetable and drink a water and go on my stupid mental health walks for my stupid mental health. It's true, you have to. If you don't, you feel gross. Also, brush your teeth. If you don't brush your teeth and floss, you know what happens? You get a really expensive dentist bill. Like I got. Well, it wasn't expensive, but it was still annoying. And I have to go back to the dentist in a few weeks because they were like, oh, your fillings are starting to come out. We got to replace them. So I'm like, okay, fine. I'll replace my fillings. Yeah, that is true. If you're still stuck on the step of eating it all, do that. And then you can work up to the vegetables. Fiber is good for you. Good. Yes, you should floss. I'm really bad at getting, like, my back teeth with flossing, though. I can't reach them, so I'm like, I just won't floss the back teeth. And they're like, your back teeth need to look better. And I'm like, I know, but I can't reach them with stupid space in my mouth. Nobody is flossing Eldritch Susie here. Not a single person. We will not comment on how her breath smells. We just won't do that. Heck, Canon Susie's probably not flossing enough. Susie, before you can get to kissing Noelle, you have to remember to brush. Yeah, I don't think anybody could actually floss her teeth and live to tell the tale. You may floss her teeth once. No, you shouldn't. It won't last forever. You gotta remember to brush and floss. It's just naturally, like, you know, eating food and stuff. That's just gonna wear stuff down over time. Why people brush their teeth before breakfast? I mean, it depends on what you're doing. If I'm, like, gonna go out for the day, then, like, I'll eat breakfast and I'll brush my teeth. Because then, you know, I've already eaten, so I've gotten food out, and also now my breath smells nicer when I'm out and about for the day. I just feel a little better. Yeah. And also, you know, brushing before bed makes you feel a little nice. Makes your brain go, oh, I am clean. I'm a little bad about it on the weekends, but at least, like, in the weekdays, I try and brush twice and floss once a day. And thus far, I haven't had much problems with the dentist, except for that I gotta get some fillings in place, but they're, like, a few years old, so that's normal. Do not want, like, a root canal or anything like that. It's all fun and games until suddenly it's like my mouth hurts. Can't escape it, and it's just your mouth hurts. What, you want to eat something or breathe? No, your mouth hurts. That's why dental hygiene is important. Okay. Not sure when I'm supposed to stop and stretch again. Speaking of hygiene. Also, if you're doing a repetitive work, like drawing, make sure you stretch. Don't be like me. Oh yeah, that's true. We'll see what happens with growing pains. Poor Susie. She had human teeth, and now she has to deal with dino teeths. Be either cool or horrifying, depending on your take. Or both. Thank you. I'm still technically recovering. Like, right now, it's been a little ouchy recently, actually, which kind of sucks. But I'm on my way. The last time that I saw the doctor, which was earlier this week, he was like, okay, yeah, you're about halfway done. Gotta do this, this, and this, and watch out for this, so I'm like, okay. Recovery is slow. A little frustrating, but that's the way it is, I guess. Like, I was kind of feeling it yesterday because I was pushing myself a little bit. I walked a little faster than I probably should have, and I also had to clean the apartment, so I did chores all day, and I was, you know, moving my arms and shoulders around a bunch, and by the end of the day, I was like, oh, geez, I feel bad. This isn't really good. Ugh. Let's see. So I gotta be a little careful still. I know, I should be able to heal in 5 minutes. Ooh, a whole nest of fluffy socks. Yeah, if only healing food would help you to, you know, or eating food would help you to heal. That would be nice. Okay, now I got this bozo coming in. What's this guy up to? Acid. But also, at least with Frisk, it's magic food, so they can get away with it. Blah, blah, blah. That is true. If you were not eating food, you would in fact heal very slowly. But unfortunately, it's not going to fix something like, say, a broken leg. But it should be able to. I don't have Birdly. Oh well, you should be fine. He's like, Mwaha! And I forgot when I need to do my stretch again, speaking of that sort of stuff. Stretch, what are you doing? Also, I never plugged in my phone. Shoot. It's gonna run out of battery. Oh no! Yeah, monster food is different from human food. It just magically heals you. Convenience. I figured that was kind of hard for Kara then, for how long they're living here. It's like, so where do I do my business? And they're like, what? Where'd I do that? What? We don't have that. How do you leave an awkward situation? Tom Holland Spider-Man gameplay. Pirates would vault through a window. We know he would do this because he has done this. Usually he nails the landing. Why didn't they give a few monster candies to make sure they're not die? Apparently that won't solve buttercup poisoning. Didn't work for Asgore either. Maybe it only works on like external ailments? Who knows? Maybe it's just video game logic. Seems obvious they would have tried everything at the very least. So, whatever they tried did not work. That'd be like, there's an AU. Kara's like, I'm gonna poison myself with buttercups and then you can take my soul, Azrael. And Azrael's like, okay. And then as soon as, you know, Kara gets sick, they're like, oh, we can fix this. They give them a monster candy and they're immediately healed. And they're like, well, never mind then. I guess I won't do that. The crystal gems. We are the crystal monsters. We're here to save the day. That. Crisis averted. And I wouldn't have gotten away with it. It wasn't for your meddling candy. Yeah, obviously it can't actually heal wounds all the time. Otherwise, it probably would have no fallen down monsters. I canceled out your monster candy with my determination. Wait a minute, that's not how that works. It's determination. That would make sense. It only deals magical damage from magical attacks. That's not a magical attack, that's just a flower attack. Okay. Oh, I forgot. rest of her head up here. I know, that's, yeah, I feel you, Noelle. I want magical healing spells in real life. I would much appreciate that. Definitely make life easier. Yeah. It also seems like Frisk does, you know, if you do a no mercy run, then, not really time to heal themselves that way. Like, oh crap, the child is hitting me with a stick! Ah! Delicious spider donuts cannot fix being hit with a stick. That's just facts. Yes, this is a comic before the parasite healing, but like Susie has already eaten the parasite a long time ago, so there's no going back on that. We can't warn Susie. Toby Fox definitely considered all this, so this is structurally sound, yeah. As I was talking about yesterday on the, not yesterday, Friday on the game stream, it's like, actually, usually people don't think about this when you're writing stuff. It's not that important. Yeah. How dare the creator not think about all the lore that I thought about? How could they be so blind? I'll warn her about the shard attack. Well, that doesn't happen in this one. That's a different boss. A boss which was going to stay ambiguous because I don't know what it's going to look like. Because we still don't know what Chapter 4 will look like. Big long finger things. Ugh, finger attack. Short attack. I will get it this time. Short attack. Ow, ow, ow. This is wire. As opposed to just a regular wire. Sadly, wire will not survive this battle. They will get eaten. But not before causing problems. I don't know. I'm weird and stubborn. You have like a perfectionist kind of feeling? Because that can definitely be a hamper on it. Well, I might have to stop just a little bit and stretch. Gotta keep doing that. Wear past tense, wear wire. Exactly. Where wire? I don't know. You had a blast. What? Okay. Oh, got that. Alrighty. I think I've gone over, so now it's time for me to do a little break for my wrist. I'm actually not sure what the opposite of perfectionist is. I'm sure there's a word for it. Yep. Susie can do it because she's like, I am capable. of eating anything. And I will do it. You have been freed. Okay, let me just do my stretches. Oh, goodness. Freedom in the morning. Ah, sorry, I don't know Ultra Kill. I don't know it. Haven't seen it, played it, whatever it needs doing. Sorry. So many things to read or play and never enough time for it. Never ever. Okay. It is hard to do these stretches sometimes. Alright, be right back for one more stretch. And water. Ooh. Really need some new little exercise balls for stretches, and they don't have them at the pharmacy anymore, which is annoying. Anyways, we shall continue on. We're on page 5. That's a page to be on. Oh no, she cannot chomp. I don't know what a Prime Soul is. I'm assuming it's another Ultra Kill thing. Parasite. Oh good, I get to talk to someone. Oh shoot. Well, assuming they make it all the way down there. A bit of a ways down. No. Parasite probably very rarely gets conversation. It's super boring. It's like, well, okay, I'm stuck here. No one to talk to. He's like, ah, my mouth. My mouth. Oh, forgot that one. Right up there. No, she can't use her bite attack. A Freddy Fazbear jar. Amazing. Question is, would Freddy Fazbear fit in the Freddy Fazbear jar? Yeah. Let's see. He's like, I don't like this guy. They're annoying. And Stretch Armstrong. Does anybody remember Stretch Armstrongs? They advertised those a lot when I was a kid. And I was like, no! My girlfriend! She's been cruelly silenced. Yeah. Yeah, Parasite does seem to do that. Although actually, no, most of the time it would be like, oh, nope, you got fooded. Sucks to be you. Couldn't be me. Here I overshoot the lines like that. So keep doing. It's always fun to draw the fluffy parts, though. I'm taking you with me. He needs to get traction. I wish we could finish this whole part today, but I doubt that's going to happen. This is a two-parter, 10 pages each, so it's pretty long. We can always do more of it next week. Well, I still got a ways to go with this, too. It's a lot of work. We got a lot of elements to think about. When Burley gets plugged in chapter 2, well, the Queen says that she had a special plug made for him, so it's assumed that there's no prongs in his plug. That they are now Lightner safe. They don't go into holes or anything like that. Yep, bro really said shut. No, my special power is chewing on your face. My one weakness. Not being able to bite your head off. I do all of Noelle's dumb little things again. She was too OP, it's true. Susie does get to do a very cool Susie move later at the end here. He gets to do some cool Susie chickassery. Yeah, there's no eye gouging is going on in Deltarune, I think. I do not believe that is the case. So I'm sure everybody had that concern, so you'd be like, no, it's teenager safe, relatively speaking. Why don't we have international standards for mind control plugs? What is going on with your face, son? Hey, even aside from that, you gotta think about the wattage. If the wattage is wrong, you're also screwed. Are you guys NTSC or PAL? Which one? Well, I guess that doesn't really apply for internet. Does it? I don't think it is. I think it's just an analog TV thing. Oh boy, memes. Master posts are useful for me too, because I'm like, what did I draw for this? Woo, there it is, yay! Now I can find it too. Don't know if it's there. Check the master post. But Susie's not having a fun time right now. And then meanwhile, Chris, they climb. Now it's time to go Shadow of the Colossus on this. Need some kick-ass Shadow of the Colossus music. Let's hit the weak point for massive damage. No, I'm no hitting Sans. Also, hello, thank you for coming. Hope you're doing well. I'm working on this comic and it's taking forever. Speedrunner spotted, get them before they go. Ah! Kitty O Kittens climbing the guy's leg to Shadow of the Colossus music. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. I hope you're doing well. I think I've seen which video you're talking about too, with the like, there's just like, I don't know, 4 or 5 kittens and they're all just climbing up this guy's leg. Kittens will not be stopped if you have special treats or something. Alfie's kind of does the same thing, except she usually wants to climb down, not climb up. Yeah. Okay, actually we have appropriate music now. We got Queen's Boss Battle theme. Yay! Huzzah! Wait, I was gonna say, I thought I was on the wrong layer for a second. Why are you guys all these weird, dumb color layers? I say, being entirely responsible for them. Yeah, with this entire thing, wait, I think a little bit, no. Did a little bit differently than I usually do. Where I did poses first, and then went back with the roughs. Because they were so complicated. Okay. Oh wait, no, we can do this with the other brush. I hope. Yeah, we can do this. At least I have the other shorter one ready to post after I finish streaming. Which I was going to do yesterday, but then I kind of ran out of time and I was like, never mind, I'll do it tomorrow. So tomorrow it is. Oh, wait, it is today. Whatever. Soft lock? No! Now I'm trying to think, have I ever been soft locked in a game? I feel like I have, but I can't remember which game it was in. It must have been something. What games were you soft locked in? If you ever were. Oh, jeez. Never figure out where the center of the sword is. Teleporting bread. I've done nothing but teleport bread for 2 weeks straight, is how the meme goes. I don't know, I've never played Team Fortress 2. Oh yeah, I imagine if you're doing modding, you're gonna run into a bunch of stuff where it's like, oh, oops. Although, what do you mod for Undertale Yellow? If it were me, I would mod just Clover doing the dance for, like, whenever they're walking, they're just doing the dance. Their special little dance. I hope that happens again in neutral. I'm a little worried that I'm not going to be able to see their cute dance in neutral. Please don't tell me, I'll find out on my own. Eventually. Oh, nice. You can take Martlet everywhere. She can be silly anywhere. Yeah, that would be quite an undertaking, I imagine. Here's a question that probably, you know, if I look it up, has an answer. Has anybody drawn, like, some of the other characters' Zenith versions, like Zenith Starlo or Zenith, Dal, Zenith Zeroba, all that kind of stuff? Seems like the kind of thing that you could easily do some fun designs with. Oh, a couple Zenith Starlos, that's gotta be cool. That would be neat. I should draw Zenith, Martlet at some point. And yeah, because he's a star. It's an Undertale taking. Wah, 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 wah. I've never tried modding before. That sounds so intimidating to me, but also, like, I tried to program sometimes and I was like, very intimidating. I wish I could do it, but I don't know if I have the stamina for it, which is kind of weird, but I don't know how else to describe it. There we go. Oh no! Oh no! Well, that's cool then. You're trying something new. That's pretty neat. I mean, I especially imagine that, like, you know, if you want to do programming, modding is probably, like, a good place to start. And then it's like, okay, the coding is already done for me. I'm just messing with it and seeing what I change. But, yeah, I don't know. I think I might have to do it. I don't know. I think I might have to do it. I don't know. I think I might have to do it. I don't know. I think I might have to do it. I don't know. I think I might have to do it. I don't know. I think I might have to do it. I don't know. I think I might have to do it. I don't know. I think I might have to do it. I don't know. I think I might have to do it. I don't know. I think I might have to do it. I don't know. I think I might have to do it. I don't know. I think I might have to do it. I don't know. I think I might have to do it. I don't know. I think I might have to do it. I don't know. I think I might have to do it. I don't know. I think I might have to do it. I don't know. I think I might have to do it. I don't know. I think I might have to do it. I don't know. I think I might have to do it. I don't know. I think I might have to do it. I don't know. I think I might have to do it. I don't know. I think I might have to do it. I don't know. I think I might have to do it. I don't know. I think I might have to do it. I don't know. I think I might have to do it. I Why doesn't it work? I couldn't tell you. Mario World OST intensifies? No, this is still part of my Undertale playlist. Unless we're talking about something else. Yeah. Keep being terrified I'm gonna be like, I was on the wrong layer the whole time, I didn't know when it stopped. That's so far so good. Mario 3D World slot machine theme, and I don't know what that is. Ow. Ooh. Ah. It does seem sometimes when you're, you know, writing code, you just have to be like, why does this work? But it does. I'm not going to fix it. And people will be like, how did you do this? And you're like, Oh, yep, gotta save. I usually always... That's another reason why I always take half-hour breaks. Is because I don't always remember to save every half hour. So even if something gets lost, it's not like hours of work. Yeah, see, that's probably why, like, I don't know if I could get into coding, because the whole method of change things until it works method would just drive me absolutely bonkers. And I'd be like, no, I want to know exactly how to change it right now, and I know that's not how it works. Happy jingles. Like whenever I was trying to, back in my school days, when I was taking classes on things like, you know, texturing and programming and like cloth sims and stuff like that. Those were always like my toughest classes, because anything where I like didn't know what was causing the problem and the only way to solve the problem was to just try things until something worked. Oh, that I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. I wanted to know exactly how to solve the problem right away, and that was just not how a lot of programming worked. And so that's probably why I could never quite get into it. I mean, maybe if I was super tried I could, but that whole method of, why doesn't it work? I don't know. Try stuff until you figure it out. Like, I'm like, no, I need to know how it works right now. Why isn't it working? Puzzles are fun, that's true. That's the Papyrus way. Yeah, Papyrus could be a programmer in another universe, where he's like, I'll just do all these puzzle solving. Fine. How does this puzzle work? Doesn't matter. The fact is that it works. I really gotta figure out some Papyrus dialogue for another Eldritchrune see I'm gonna do. The problem is it's especially hard because we don't know what Papyrus is like in Deltarune yet. If he's got the same personality as Undertale, or if it's like different in some way. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna wing it, I guess. And hoping it's going okay. Well, same with writing Mayor Holiday, I guess. Because that's also, what is she like? Hello, thank you for coming. We are carrying on, working on this comic, which is taking a while because there's so much action going on. Whoop. A lot of puzzle heavy. I do like me puzzle games. Like, what is relaxing to me is like jigsaw puzzles. I like having a nice big old, you know, puzzle thing, and, you know, 1,000 pieces, and just sitting there and solving it. That is relaxing. I do like jigsaws. I don't know if that would translate very well to programming, but I do like those. I need to get me a new jigsaw sometime, and also the time to do it. I have like a Harry Potter one, but I don't want to do it for obvious reasons. So I need another jigsaw. Very awkward, like my brother gave that to me for Christmas or something, and I'm like, yay, I don't like Harry Potter anymore, sorry. Is that how jigsaws work? Is that the do you think jigsaws are the primary try it until it works sort of situation? I don't know. Draw on the back. I could. I could draw a big old puzzle on the back. Like, screw you, I've made my own puzzle now. It's an avocado, thanks. Yeah, but at least, like, when you grab a piece, you're looking at the piece and being like, okay, how is this in comparison to the other pieces? What's the most likely piece I can grab here? And if it doesn't work, you're like, okay, what's the next most likely piece? Like, visually speaking, it feels easier to solve than just trying random things until, like, you get the right one. Yeah. Oh, you thought this was a Harry Potter puzzle? Surprise! It was a trans puzzle all along. Mwahaha. Still not over the fact that somebody stole my Bambi puzzle right out of my apartment. How did this happen? I don't know, but they stole my Bambi puzzle. Nobody, like, believes me. My finished Bambi puzzle, they stole it. No, it was very weird. So, I had this big Bambi puzzle that a friend gave me, and I finished it. Like, I had the whole puzzle completed, and I had it on, like, you know, a spare shelf or something. And I had it on the ground, you know, just in my apartment. Completed Bambi puzzle. And then, I had to be out of my apartment for a while because they were replacing the linoleum in my bathroom. And so I was out of that for a while, and when I came back, the puzzle was gone. The shelf was still there. The box was still there. But the puzzle was not there anymore. And I'm like, where's my Bambi puzzle? And the building manager was like, oh, I don't know. And so I'm like, can you... So... I guess she tried to contact the people that did the linoleum. They're like, oh, we don't have it. And I'm like, but you were the only ones here in my apartment. And then my puzzle was gone. My best bet for it was that, you know, when they put down the new linoleum, they get up the old stuff and it's kind of sticky on the bottom. And I'm guessing that unthinkingly they put it down on top of the puzzle. And then the puzzle, like, got stuck to it on the bottom. The puzzle guzzler strike again. The puzzle got stuck to the bottom. And they're like, well, we can't, it's stuck now. We can't do anything about it. So they just, like, threw it out or something. And we're too embarrassed to be like, yeah, we shouldn't have put our linoleum on top of your puzzle. Because, no, you shouldn't have. Trapped in the ads. They don't want the story of my Bambi puzzle theft leaked. Ads. I know there's ways that you can avoid the ads in the future, if you like. I really do. Although, speaking of, I probably should, when is my stretch break? I forget again. Probably pretty soon. You're out of gay baby jail, huzzah! But I'll never get back my Bambi puzzle. Because they stole it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they accidentally stuck the linoleum to the puzzle and then just, like, didn't realize it and were like, oops. Are you subscribed? Because then you should not have ads. Let's see. I might need to stop briefly to stretch. I'm trying to remember when I think I need to stretch. Ugh. Okay, we'll do ourselves a stretch. Ugh. You are peasant. You're not the pheasant plucker, you're the pheasant plucker's son. You're only plucking pheasants till the pheasant plucker comes. I'm very good at that tongue twister. I think if I get like 2 more subs, I'll be able to add more emotes finally. Like I can add the Sleepy Alfies emote. And she will be sleepy. So every time we have Good Night Alfies, you can spam Sleepy Alfies emote. But if you cannot afford it, that is fine. Stuff is hard when you can't afford it. Yeah, that reason why my best guess is that they stuck the linoleum to my puzzle and then took it was apparently somebody found like 1 puzzle piece in the hallway outside my apartment, and that was it. And then also like one of my little trash bins was missing. So I think they screwed. I think they accidentally put sticky linoleum on top of my puzzle and ruined it and tried to hide it. Is it 2 more total subscriptions or 2 more total users? I think it's just 2 more I think it's just 2 more subscriptions. I'm not sure. I think it's just like, I don't know. Or maybe it's maybe it is subscribers. I don't know. I think it's just like that. I need to double check on that. Actually, let me double check on that right now while I'm stretching. Okay, no, I lied. I need 3 more. My bad. 3 more. I've got 1. They didn't even have the backbone to admit their fault. Because the thing is, the puzzle was in the living room. They weren't supposed to be in the living room. They were supposed to only stay in my bathroom. It's on the other end of the apartment. So if they admitted that they put the linoleum on top of my puzzle, they admit that they were not in the place they were supposed to be. And also, we're not paying attention. So they're just not going to admit to that. So my puzzle is forever gone. I'm not happy about that. My finished puzzle. I still have the box for it. Alright, be right back for 1 more stretch. And all that. Okay, I am returning. Oh my goodness! You subscribed while I was gone. Thank you so much for subscribing. I super appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, now I'm at 13 and 2 more. Well, I've seen the Evangelion, but I don't know the meme in particular. Thank you! Thank you for anonymous gifter. Thank you! Hype train! Holy crap! Thank you for the gift sub. I don't know. I think hype trains are supposed to be like, I don't know, you get cool stuff, get to the next level. Leveling up. People love doing that. I like doing that. Hype train, what do things mean? I think, what do hype trains do again? I should know this. I think it's like, well, I'm not sure what it does. It's the hype from Pokemon Legends ZA. I keep wanting to call it Pokemon Legends ZA. Is that what it's supposed to be called? ZA? I'm glad we finally got Pokemon Z, like a million years later. Oh, okay, so you get more emotes or something. It gets even cooler. I was thinking of that one, like, MST3K joke. I've said ZA in better towns than this. The grocer's life died when somebody said ZA. It's not funny. Zaza's petals. Finally, Zygarde will have their chance to shine. Let Zygarde have fun. I have the Zygarde from Pokemon Go, and I'm like, should I change it from the pupper version into, like, the worm version and then the weird big guy version? I have been collecting the cells, so I can do it. At least I can go from pupper version to big worm version. MST3K is a mistake. Thank you for subscribing! Oh my goodness, you guys are so cool! Thank you! I have 15 subscribers, yay! I can add more emotes. I can. I'll probably have to do that after the stream, but I will do so. I'm not sure how many I can add. I hope I can add like a bunch. Because I had like a bunch ready to go, and then they're like, nope, you can only upload this many emotes so far, and I'm like, no. But I made so many. I made like some pride ones. No, don't chef Zygarde. That'd be sad. I hope it's a bunch of emotes, because I have them ready. I'm ready for them. They were drawn a while ago. I just had to narrow it down to, okay, which are the important ones? Also, we got... Oh no, tentacles are coming for Chris! Beware! Oh, whoops, that's a wrong brush. So hopefully it's a bunch. Oh yeah, I think I have a dance emote. I think I do. I tried to get a whole bunch of them. Chris, watch out! If I don't have a dance emote, then I'll have to make one at some point. It's required. Boink. I'm glad we got more subscribers in time for Chris to have terrible things happen to them. It's Pupper to Snork to Optimus Prime. That's right. So I'm trying to decide if I should take my Pokemon Go one to Snork version. Come along with the Snorks. Swim along with the Snorks. That is your usual Eldritchrune experience. That's true. Oh, Chris horribly dying. It must be a Tuesday. It's like, oh great. Just what I needed. Chris does deserve warm tea and a hug. They deserve that in canon, too. Let them be happy. Yeah, it's kind of weird that they're doing like the entire thing just in the Lumino City. It was an interesting choice. But hey, here is a chance for them to do something cool with it. Because people seem to really like Legends Arceus. So hey, here's a good chance to do something cool with Zygarde in this context. Oh yeah, hot chocolate. That's what they need. They need hot chocolate. They like them their chocolate. That is what they require. No, not in this case. Chris gets revived right away. Don't gotta wait days to revive Chris. Thankfully. else I can do it right away. Otherwise, this will be a very long, boring battle. Like, oh, when's Chris gonna get back? We gotta wait. I still haven't played Legends Arceus. I should sometime. Most of my Pokemon playing is Pokemon Go, because that actually gets me to go outside and get exercise and walk around and do it. Which is good. I do need that. Yeah, it looks fun. At least from what I saw, like, it kind of looked like how Pokemon games should be in general, where, you know, it's a bit more active and you can run around and all that kind of stuff, which they kind of did with, you know, Scarlet and Violet, but not quite. And of course, Scarlet and Violet was so buggy. I got that Waffler Tower. It's Pokemon France in the future. Dun dun dun. There's one sad train man. Yeah, Pokemon Go helps me go outside and get exercise and fresh air. So I've been keeping up with that pretty well. Luckily, I do not need Pokemon sleep because I can get to sleep pretty easily. What? This whole thing is just all over the place with the dang lines. He has wistful amnesia. It's probably a big German word for that. It's the German word for wistful amnesia. It is important to keep a regular sleep schedule. It is very helpful. Look at that. Missing something that you don't know what it is. That definitely feels like it's already a concept. I just don't know what the word for it is. What is that concept, though? If you find out, tell me. Take a regular sleep time for your health. Capitalism. Lol, no. Necrozma, Eternatus. Eternatus was very weird. Like, that was a Pokemon that just came out of nowhere. It's like, oh, by the way, also there's a big space dragon. That's causing a problem. It wasn't causing a problem until now, but now it's a problem. Your Pokemon are Eepee. And you will be too. So Eepee. Eternatus does turn into Master Hand. Super Smash Pokemon! You can't let them be Eepee! No! I don't know what Terrapagos is, though. I must have missed that one. Terrapagos? I don't know how to pronounce it. Necrozma turns into Hot Dragon Guy. Well, a lot of Pokemon do that, actually, if you kind of think about it. There's something I'm missing here. Terrapagos is a little teetle. Yep. Oh no, Chris, indeed. They're gonna get yuck. They're gonna get crappy situation. Thanks for coming by. Okay. Yeah. Wafer tower. I was thinking like, oh, what are those wafers called? Necco wafers? Anybody remember Necco wafers? They're like very chalky candy. Yeah, I liked them. I'm having such a hard time remembering which lines are supposed to be in which layers here sometimes. The ultimate weapon is a Pokemon. Boy. Susie coded. Sometimes chalk is tasty. And Susie was correct. The perspective on this is, I don't know what's happening. Hope it works. Oh no, don't hurt your hands. Even though I'm sure Celeste is very fun. I'd like to try it, although I probably would hurt my hands too. I feel very bad that I couldn't finish Shadow of the Colossus, speaking of. Because I would get so nervous playing it, my hands would get horribly sweaty and I couldn't hold the controller. It was so stressful. The game does a very good job of making it you feel like you actually are climbing a Colossus. I'm pretty sure Celeste requires quite a bit of precision. It's a precision platformer, isn't it? Not like a rage game kind of thing, but like still a precision platformer. Do not eat the black things inside pencils. That's lead, and you should not eat that. Actually, no, it's not lead, it's carbon. Still not good. See, if it was lead, we'd really be in trouble. You gotta do practice. As often is the case. Yes, the stuff inside pencils is carbon. I don't know why they call it pencil lead. Maybe it used to be lead, but they better not be putting lead in pencils anymore. It's carbon. Graphite. Yeah, specifically graphite. That's it. Which I'm pretty sure is a kind of carbon. Good grief, they really did just put lead in everything back then, didn't they? It's in your gasoline, it's in your pencils, it's in your paint. Nothing bad will happen from this. Also have some asbestos in your home. This will also end very well. I wonder what thing we have in our house nowadays. They're like, this is great. In the future, they're going to be like, this caused cancer and every poison. Diamond, the most expensive flavor. Not very good, though. It's in your makeup. It's in your brain. Yeah, honestly, pretty much what people are going to look back on and like, why the heck was this in their environment so much with plastics? Like, why do they have so many plastics and everything? It's in their blood. You're like, I don't know. We didn't ask for it. Yeah, we have no way of knowing. At least with some things we do have ways of knowing. But as a consumer, you're often limited on that. Chris is like, no, I don't want to get Nickelodeon slimed. Not that anything but family double dare. I mean, paper is pretty fine to eat. I wouldn't eat the whiteout though. That's probably not good for you. That is unsafe chemicals. But paper is just, you know, pulp for the most part, depending on the kind of paper. I mean, just because you don't die from it immediately doesn't mean it's not safe to eat. Doesn't mean it's safe to eat. It's the kind of thing where it can build up and cause a problem in the future. Yeah, exactly. That's probably way too much fiber. You should not drink gasoline. Ugh, no. Ugh. Ugh, that doesn't even sound good. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, I feel like that would in fact taste like gasoline. Ugh. Ugh. That sounds kind of like eating perfume. Like the kind of thing it's like, oh, that smells really nice. This would be extremely gross if I ate it, kind of thing. Something smelling good does not translate it to it tasting good. Thank you, phone. Which I still need to plug in. Those ultra-specific insects. That mold is like, I've evolved to eat anything. Radiation, bring it on. I can do it. I'm an extremophile. Extreme bacteria. From the 90s. Your insides are now flammable. Ah! No, do not do that for sure. That would be very, very unhappy. That is a do not do that, Chief situation. Okay. Almost done with this page though. Page 6, not too bad. Oh shoot. I need to replace the tape on one of the thermometers in Alfie's tank because it keeps falling down. She is never fazed by it, but annoys me. Then I have to set it all up again. Like literally the thermometer will just fall down in front of her and she's like, huh, okay. Can't change that. How am I doing this? That makes sense. Just do something else with your hands. That is not so dangerous. Speaking of dangerous, no, they got Nickelodeon slimed. I was watching all those like history of Nickelodeon shows YouTube channel recently, and I was like, ah, yes, oh, the memories. And apparently the Nickelodeon slime thing came from the show. You can't do that on television. Which, kind of a weird show. I used to watch it a lot as a kid, though. I'm not even sure why. But it was on. I was like, well, I guess I'm watching this now. I hate it when the shower is too hot. Me too. Kids like things you can't do on television. It's true. Even though they are, in fact, happening on television. There was like this one horror movie I saw once. I saw like part of the movie. I don't remember what it was even called. But the only scene I saw was like this lady and she's like, the house is like, I don't know if it's haunted or it's like a smart house and it's trying to kill her. And like, so she goes to take a shower and then the shower is too hot and it's, oh shoot, speaking of that, messed up those lines. And the shower is too hot, I don't know what's boiling her, and then she can't get out of the shower. And then she, like, I don't know if she died. I think she died because the shower boiled her alive when she couldn't get out of the boiling shower. I don't know what this movie was. If I were a smart house, I would simply not kill people. Yeah. What if Skynet was just your house? I have no clue what this horror movie was. I just remember lady in the shower. And the shower was too hot. And there was nothing you could do about it. Because you're trapped in your own shower. I miss hot tubs though. Those are fun. Yeah, what movie is that? What movie has the lady in the boiling hot shower? It released in 1991. I like how this one scene is the plot of the whole movie. The rest of the scene's not relevant. Just the shower, the horrible shower scene. What if the movie's Psycho, but the killer was the shower? I'm doing this on the wrong layers again. I knew this would happen. I need to have the acid layers on a separate layer, and I keep forgetting which one is which. Because I'm doing black either way. Well, thanks, iTunes. Get out of here. New software's update from Apple. Thank you. Goosebumps, the kid ate dog fur and turned to a dog. Little hair of the dog that bit you. Interesting. I do use clipping layers quite a bit, so that might help. Psychic healing. Not this, though. Okay. Oh, poor Chris. They got Nickelodeon slimed. But luckily, Ross here to bring him back. Adland. Crazy old Adland. Let's see. I actually, like, when I was growing up, I saw Goosebumps books all the time, but I never actually, like, read them. They were like Animorphs. I'm like, that's a cool cover, and I haven't read this book ever. Goosebumps and Animorphs is what a lot of covers I saw. The shaggy dog goes gross. I accidentally ate dog fur and then I turned into a dog. That classic tale. Actually, that kind of is classic. I'm pretty sure in some form or another. You are what you eat. Which always supposed to sound very creepy. Add Landover. We are back to Rouse doing his thing. Furry Ghost Rider. This. He's on fire. Oof, yeah, that'd be kind of hard to do with OCD, especially since it seems like a lot of Goosebumps horror is, it's gross. It's messy and gross, because kids like that. Probably. Hello, hello, thank you for coming to the stream. We are making our way through this comic. Well, I might be stopping kind of soon. There was a Hunger Games theme park? Was this a Defunct Land episode? Like, maybe a ride. How do you do a whole theme park? Where do you do a whole theme park? I'm so confused. I am confusion. How could there be 2 Hunger Games theme parks? How do you even do one Hunger Game theme park? How do you do it? I hope they cover this on Shriekcast. They better cover the Hunger Games theme parks. This is very important to me all of a sudden. That's a lot of people. Oh, it's in China. Yeah, I might be done by the time you get back, because we are approaching a stopping point. I've got to see if I can add those more emotes and also post the other comic when it's done. Cool pose for Chris. Okay. Yeah, thanks always for coming. At least we got to, what are we on, page 7? So, at least we're through the majority of the first part. Maybe we'll get a little further too. Yeah, I don't know if this one will take as long as the Parasite one, which was the longest, but this is definitely going to be up there. Because of how complicated it is. So much going on. You have a boss battle. Yeah, he's just a demon. He got all that fiery stuff going on. Not exactly a flaming skull thing either, like Ghost Rider has. And Ghost Rider at least has a flaming skull. Or else it's just all flame all the time. Flamin' hot pizza flavor for the boys, as they say. We get a little bit more of that when I post the other comic. Ah, that's not what I wanted. Becomes transgender for the hot pizza spray. Finally, you can have flaming hot pizza spray for the boys. Of all the weird stuff they have in Deltarune. You can probably blame ICE on this for some reason. How come all of those have an accent over them? All those E's have an accent over them. How did that happen? And back with Ralsei's like, yep, I revived him. And there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah. I think I've totally lost track of when I was supposed to do my next my next stretch. I'm just gonna have to go until I'm stopped, and then we will stop for that. I'll probably stop at about 15 minutes. That'll be a nice long stream. Which we got a good amount done. Yeah. I'll probably be doing more on this scene next time we do it too. First, just embodying the tub thumping song now. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down. I used to hear that song so much in middle school. But I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. Twisting the night away. That's a different song entirely. What's going on? I say, hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. What's going on? Well, there are tools to make drawing snowflakes a little bit easier. That's true. Just doing them by themselves, that is a little bit tough. That's the natural formations of water, the water molecule. That actually is why snowflakes are always six-sided, because the way that the water molecule is structured with the one oxygen, two hydrogen. Basically, it forms like a little chain that always clasps together into like a hexagon shape. Can you commission nature? You can, but you might not get what you wanted. Then, you ask for a refund, nature will be like, lol. You can't ask me to do anything else, I'm nature. Here's what you do if you have paper. Basically, you draw one side of the snowflake, 1/6 of it, And then you get another piece of paper, and you put it on top of the first piece of paper, and you trace it in a, like, circle. Like a spirograph kind of thing. That way you don't have to do it several times over. Okay. I don't have Birdly in this scene. Maybe I can copy paste him from a previous shot, because I don't want to draw him all over again. Can I copy paste you, Birdly? I'm gonna do that. Maybe I can just do that. Let's draw the lines on him again. Hello, hello, thank you for the raid. We're close to finishing up, though. But that's okay. Because we've had a pretty successful stream today. Gotten quite a bit done. Birdly is still tied up. Gosh darn it, Birdly. Get copied, pasted, idiot. Exactly. So I realized I drew those on the wrong layer. Oh no! I gotta draw them again. If I could, I would copy paste every idiot. Make my life a lot faster. Probably. Can we just leave him there? No, we have to rescue him. For reasons. The reasons are... You'll see, I guess. Maybe next time. We'll see. Of course, then Birdly's like, I was never in danger to begin with. That was all a ruse. A ruse. To fool yous. And show how smart I am. How incredibly clever. Yeah. Can you make Birdly killable? Okay, wait, no, not like that, no! Okay. Voice to text. I don't know if I could ever do that myself. Maybe I'll have to someday, but who knows? Be careful what you wish for. Indeed. Now you'll get no more Birdly. Maybe. On the one hand, it would definitely lose impact if Birdly was alive in the next chapter and totally fine. On the other hand, it would also be very funny. Decisions. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Like a necessary thing, basically, if you can't type otherwise. Which I guess kind of Toby was doing himself. He was using text-to-speech, which is very exhausting. I cannot imagine him trying to work doing text-to-speech while also writing code. Like, good grief. No wonder it took so many years for that next chapter to come out. Yeah, I imagine also it's not great at transcribing some grammar stuff. Like where do you put you know, your commas, for example? Because it probably doesn't know. Toby's like, I'm gonna use text-to-speech to code. I'm that badass. At least that desperate to work on stuff, even when his wrist wasn't working. So I honestly get a little annoyed. People are like, why isn't Toby working faster? And I'm like, shush your mouth. He's doing perfectly fine. You don't want a Scott Cawthon thing going on. I'm glad he doesn't be like, okay, I'm doing this now and I'm being all sneaky about it. Like, no, thank you. All good, all good. Tell you what, repetitive stress injuries are the worst. They are so annoying. Unfortunately, because they are annoying, it's probably gonna force me to stop here in just a bit. Exactly. Yeah, seriously. Like, oh wait, you want Eldritchrune now? How about you go and make it? Oh what? It's actually hard and time consuming? Wow, who could have guessed? It's almost like worthwhile art takes a while to do. And that's why you gotta wait for it. Tell you what though, I do wish I could have, like, man, a fly on the wall place I'd want to be would be Toby basically explaining the whole plot to the crew. That sounds like it would have been such a fun time. Wish I could have heard that. But alas. That whole, there's a term for that kind of thing. When you just kind of like write out the whole story for it, sort of thing. In the animation. I can't remember the term for it now. I'm so embarrassed I don't remember the term. I should know this. I'm rating. Not on my streams, please. I need to be able to put them on the YouTubes. And yeah, definitely no M ratings on this game. That's not really the tone here. Okay, as soon as we finish this panel, I'm probably gonna call it a day. Because I gotta do a stretch. Oh, Emma's rating. I know the newest detective for Death Note, that's who. I gotta do a stretch, and then I gotta post some stuff, including a new comic. So look out for that in just a bit. You know, I was gonna do this yesterday, but we didn't get to it, so now it's gonna be today. No, I'm not done just yet. As soon as we finish this panel, I'll be finishing. But I'm getting close. With all them spikes. So even if it's going to be a while before this one's done, we'll have some new ones at least. Here we got through like 6.5 pages, which isn't too bad. All things considered. Chris is on their way. I'm gonna get you for Nickelodeon sliming me to death. Okay. Sweet. We'll beat the heck out of Queen. Want some little teasers for next time? Got some more stuff going on here where Noelle gets to be super cool. And Susie gets to go chomp on the thing. And then also Swatch enters the arena. So lots of stuff's happening. Oh, hello. Thank you for coming. You're coming just as I'm finishing up right now. Oh, panel shapes. Oh, thank you. Oh, no. They don't have the soul modes in this situation. I wonder which one we'll get next time. Maybe it'll be like green or purple. I guess we'll find out. It'd be cool. See what all the other stuff does. But yeah, okay. I need to stop for now because I need to stretch. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm glad you like it. we're making some progress on this very long, complicated one. But there'll be a shorter one posted in just a second after I get all stretched out and all that other stuff. Yeah, Spamton is such a hard character to write. I don't know, like some people can really get his voice down pretty easily, but for me that's a tough one, toughie. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming to the stream. Thank you so much for rating and following and for the subscriptions. I super duper appreciate it. Hopefully I can add some more emotes now. If I remember correctly, that would be super cool. Yeah, Queen Fight will be future chapter. I'm just making progress on that now because it's a long one and it's complicated. So I'll probably still be working on this next week. Yeah, Spamton was tough to write. But yeah, I appreciate you all being here. It's super cool. We had a nice, it was a long stream. I think it was like 4 hours. So, excellent. Thank you guys so much for coming. And I hope you all have, and again for subscribing and all that stuff. I should be doing more Undertale Yellow on Friday. We'll make more progress in Neutral for that. Well, thank you. Well, I didn't really write him that much. I didn't write him in Paper Trail, so, Anyways, I thank you guys so much for coming. I appreciate you being here. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend and next week. Oh. Yeah. That'll be a little bit more in the next upcoming comic. He's a little different from Flowey. But yeah, thank you so much. It was a very fun stream. I had a great time talking with you guys. So hopefully I'll see you all next time. I should be around for more of this next weekend. Trapped in the mansion. Alrighty. I'll see you all later. Take care of yourselves. And I'll see you next time. Alrighty. Bye-bye.